I noticed how often my friends and I mention some people, events, or trends in our conversations. And what is more surprising for me is the fact that we've never discussed the things together before, but we understand each other. It seems weird that we know the same things but could learn them separately at different times or from different sources. Every time someone starts singing an old song and others sing along, I wonder how this is real. Personally, it's hard to realize that all my peers have been listening to more or less the same music as me while growing up. Do you want to tell me that we watched the same cartoons and videos, read the same news, and laughed at the same memes all this time? So, we have something that unites all of us, and that is pop culture. It builds up the bridges between us and breaks the barriers, thus we can reach and understand each other more easily. The pop culture is a common denominator, something that cuts across most social, political, and economic barriers. The quote of an American professor and author, Edward J. Whitmore, which offers another definition of popular culture, which I especially like. He states that pop culture brings unity in our society and helps to forget about various barriers. Just agree, there are too many things dividing us: politics, religion, social issues, and many, many others. In fact, it acts as a bridge, as a connection bridge between different cultures and people, while embodying the purpose of globalization, exchange and integration of different cultural elements from around the world. What do we count as pop culture components? In the modern West, this term refers to cultural products such as music, art, literature, fashion, dance, film, video games, and television that are consumed by the majority of society's population. Basically, this is a combination of all things happening virtually in our gadgets. So, everything that enters the internet and gets popular becomes the pop culture. Essentially, this is a wild mix of all relevant objects, goods, beliefs, actions, habits, and values. Pop culture is everywhere, and we cannot argue with the fact. Movies, clothes, games, books, and toys, to name a few, are stuff we do not even notice in regular life, but they make us closer to each other. Dreaming about or wanting these things, we share the same desire to be part of something ambitious, bigger than ourselves. We find communities based on our interests. Moreover, such things show you as a person. They present yourself and determine your place in society. Just imagine meeting a new person. It's a common situation when you both feel awkward and don't know what to talk about, right? So, what will you be discussing if you don't know anything about each other and don't have any mutual interests at first sight? You can pretty easily find a topic for your conversation referring to the latest news. For example, news or acclaimed film you both watched once. Doesn't matter where people come from, how old they are, and what language they speak. By means of popular culture, they always can discover some intersection points. This happens so because people are put in the same informational environment. Based on my own research, around 68% of people I have asked agreed with this opinion. By the way, even food can be counted as a component. It's not a part of pop culture itself, but when people go to fancy restaurants, take pictures of their dishes, and share this post with their followers on Instagram, it inevitably contributes to social media. People share their favorite foods, exchange locations, and in the end of the day, they get to know each other better. The latest and most weird example of food becoming the part of pop culture is Dubai chocolate. Just tell me if you have already tried it. Can we discuss how this chocolate has blown up the whole internet? Almost 97,000 of videos with hashtag Dubai chocolate look extremely powerful, doesn't it? Now, please, raise your hands up if you agree with the following statements. Do you agree that this chocolate bar is extremely overpriced? Do you agree that people just go crazy about it for no literal reason? Thank you. I see some of you raised your hands, some others did not. But the last one, do you agree that we just started some kind of conversations right now? And about what? About some bar of chocolate we saw on Instagram Reels. That's crazy, and this is why pop culture is powerful. We just found a connection. Maybe another example wouldn't be too much, since its 1994 premiere, sitcom Friends has had significant influence on the pop culture. Millions of you heard it, millions of people watched it, and the show managed to bring audience despite their different backgrounds, including cultures, ethnicities, races, and ultimately connecting them with a sense of belongingness. One more interesting fact about pop culture, it moves globalization. All communication barriers are broken thanks to the internet. People can reach both each other and any kind of information they need. The possibilities of pop culture are essential nowadays. Community building and cultural exchange happens thanks to this. Well, I would like to confess and tell you the real reason why I've been interested in this particular topic. All because of my little brother. I love him so much, but he lives in another country, and unfortunately, I cannot see him as much as I would like to. I'm not able to be near him, to observe how he grows, to speak to him whenever I want, and as long as I want. Share my experience, and sometimes give bits of advices about how to get along with the girl he would fall in love one day. We are still our friends, and I appreciate his love to me. I want to be a good sister, and I want to be trusted. Every adult around him constantly asks, "How is school, fellow?" That's the only thing they're worried about. But I must never be boring for my little brother. That's why, when we're together, I try to catch up with him on various topics he might be excited about. Maybe video games? Alright, I don't know much about them, but let's try it. Do you want to make slimes, as they do it on YouTube? Yes, of course I'm in. Have I watched all the parts of Spider-Man? No, I'm still in the process, but can you tell me what happened to Mary Jane? Popular culture surrounds us daily, weaving through our lives and bringing us together. The media interconnects us all. It's not just a way to entertain ourselves, but a shared language working like a bridge. It unites us whether we are singing an old song everybody knows, discussing a new movie, or eating the infamous chocolate bar. For me, popular culture is something that enables me to feel closer to my little brother, despite the distance. And it unites all of us here today, not only us, but the rest of the world as well. So, let's appreciate this opportunity to reach each other better and understand more easily. Let's build up the bridges and break the barriers between us. Thank you.